Hi, this is Nicholas Bell with IONCINEMA, here to review Together, which is technically the sixth film directed by Stephen Daldry. Justin Martin gets a co-directing credit on this. Bleecker Street is releasing it August 27th, 2021. It is, as maybe eventually unfashionably called, a COVID-19 film, dealing very much with a very specific period in time and made during that time. It's actually Daldry's first theatrical feature since 2014's Trash, which featured Rooney Mara. This stars James McAvoy and Sharon Horgan as a contentiously a contentiously situated couple. There's some things that are a little unclear of their union and the state of it. It starts on March 24th, 2020, just as the first national lockdown is occurring due to COVID-19 in the UK. They break the fourth wall and they're talking to the camera as if it's a friend or a therapist, a character in the room. It's very theatrical staginess to that, as there's kind of a double performativity going on here. It's not only the actors performing as this couple that's learned to love-hate each other, as it is characters that are also doing an extra level of performance for the other device in the room. They do have a pre-adolescent son who really doesn't have anything to say till the end because he's kind of lurking in the background, and does have something to do with their relationship, but it's all about kind of how self-involved they are. We learn through a lot of exposition about instances that seem to solidify their bond, but also define it in a kind of toxic way. They seem to be diametrically opposed politically and from familial backgrounds in ways that also feed into how they ward one another. As time goes on, there's a clock of the COVID-related deaths going on in the UK. At long last, we kind of break away from this talking directly to the camera technique when Sharon Horgan's mother dies in the film, and she's kind of going through the experience of that to speak to her significant other, who are actually never named. There's she and him. But we return to that, we go on, and it's actually very tiring, and at the same time, kind of like its very banal title suggests that this is like a universal template for a modern day couple of a certain age, but they're really not characterized that well. It seems very labored and contrived in a lot of ways. That said, McAvoy and Horgan do really kind of a fantastic job going through swaths and swaths of dialogue in ways that seem, although it seems like they're a couple performing for someone, it also is, they are vibrant performances in and of themselves. It's just they're playing people that we really question why we have the need to watch them, other than this is a reflection of what some people at least were going through during this period. It gets almost into like Phantom Thread territory with their something they did to one another from earlier in their relationship, and it's never quite as, Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf as you want it to be. That said, the writing from Dennis Kelly, who scripted the Third Day series and Black Sea, both Jude Law ventures, it just seems like a film that's trying to speak to the moment, but the moment has already passed, but passed not in a way where we're entirely free of it, and maybe in 5 years down the road we'll feel a little more interested in watching stuff like this. But much like Doug Liman's Lockdown with Anne Hathaway and Chiwetel Ejiofor, it's almost too soon. But Lockdown, I think that Together might make some appreciate kind of the mechanics of Lockdown a little bit more. Overall, I would give Together 2 out of 5 stars. Thank you.
Hey, this is Eric from IONCINEMA.com. If you want to support us, subscribe below. For more reviews, interviews, film festival coverage from Sundance, Cannes, Toronto, you want to check out these guys on this side.